Welcome to the next release here of 3D Animations module. I only have one asset this week, and that is because it was a bit of a doozy to get it going, and it's still not 100%, but I'm going to put it out there because I think it's very usable. So in the latest release, if you go to the compendium pack, I renamed this to 3D animations instead of just creatures because there are objects and such in here. And the latest object is the Catapult. You can drag and drop this right into your game, and it's going to start out with this kobold carrying a barrel that is lit. This is an actor that you can give permission to your players to use. And it's all built in with MIDI QOL. If you target an enemy and use, say, launch Kobold, he's going to get launched. If you have automated animations, it's going to use some effects like that. It resets to an empty bowl, so you can also use the Boulder feature. So fairly straightforward. Feel free to change the indexes. So one thing I was not able to do was get the Boulder. I had some problems with Blender. So if you wanted to use this, another option is to use it as a door. I pop into my 3D animations and grab this Catapult. Size it up a little bit. You can set this up as a door. Now the thing is, if you set it up as a door, you can get the effect where the boulder is sitting in there. So for example, if I change this index to 2 with the boulder, go into my 3D tab, play only once, and then in the vision tab, set it as a door. I like to do sort of a futuristic fast and links with single animation. And when we have a door, it's going to do some of this pausing thing. The problem with the door feature is that when you reset it, it goes in reverse. So it may not be an effect that you want. So something to consider in the future. But I prefer to use these as actors instead of doors because you can use targeting, things like that. I can also set this up to be the kobold. Again, once I reset the animation. And that one's a static kobold, so you don't get the static animated or the looping animation like you do with this kobold here. There's a feature or a quirk in 3DCanvas where if you zoom in too much, you could start to get some elements that disappear. So something to be thoughtful about. But that is the Catapult from MZ4250. Painted by Lodame and animated by myself. Hopefully you can find some use for this in your games. It's pretty fun to allow your players to maybe launch some kobolds, or you can launch kobolds at them. And there's a little flip and everything. Pretty fantastic. Kamikaze Kobolds.